If you thought Volkswagen wasn't serious about electric vehicles, think again. Its subsidiary Škoda will reveal an electric SUV concept called the Vision E at the Shanghai Auto Show in a few weeks. Not only is it the fourth all-electric concept shown by the VW Group, but it previews the electrified future of Škoda, which announced that it will have 5 pure EVs in its lineup by 2025. The Vision E is just as impressive as the company's electric ambitions too. It boasts a roughly 310-mile range on a charge, and packs a motor that makes about 300 horsepower. The car will be capable of Level 3 autonomy, which will allow it to operate autonomously on highways, in stop-and-go traffic, and to find parking spaces. Its top speed isn't amazing at around 111 mph, but it isn't a sports car. Rather, it's an SUV coupe similar to the BMW X6 and Mercedes-Benz GLC coupe. As such, it has a more sedan-like back. The styling is also unique with full-width headlights and fog lights, and another lighting element that extends from the front fender down the doors. The only obviously Škoda styling cue is the bulge down the center of the hood. The Vision E is also similar to the X6 and GLC coupe in other ways. Its specs are quite close to those crossovers, particularly the Mercedes. It's a few inches shorter than the GLC coupe, but it's an inch wider. It also makes the same amount of horsepower as the entry-level X6 and outguns the Mercedes by an impressive 59 horsepower. Of course, these are figures currently only projected and hypothetical since the Vision E is a concept, but it helps us get an idea of what this vehicle is like. So far, Škoda has only released sketches of the concept. We'll have to wait until the Shanghai show to see the real thing. The production version of the Ford GT, a $400,000 supercar, is beginning to make its way to some lucky first owners. The automaker won the 24 Hours of Le Mans with the GT race car in 2016 and is making only 250 production GTs a year through 2020. Like all modern supercars, the GT will have multiple drive modes. The supercar's relatively minimalist interior features a racing-inspired steering wheel that boasts Ford's answer to Ferrari's famous Manettino drive mode selector. We got to check out the GT at Manhattan's Classic Car Club, and fire the 600-plus horsepower beast up for the first time, a treat for me as I've been following the car story since its Detroit Auto Show debut in 2015 and wrote a book about the 2016 Le Mans campaign, but I've never pushed an actual start button. Ford also walked us through the drive modes, which are accessed by using a thumb wheel on the left side of the steering wheel. Call it a Ford Thumbettino. In practices, it's actually easier to use the Ferrar's Manettino. According to Ford, normal is for everyday driving. Wet, for bad weather. Sport, is for winding public roads. Track, is for, well, the track. And VMAX is for the drag strip. We focused on simplifying the experience, Derek Beer, the Ford GT's manager, said in a statement. Optimizing this car for just about any situation was critical, because ensuring owners always enjoy driving it was a top priority. The carmaker added, leveraging learnings from the Ford GT racing program, Ford Performance gave each mode a unique instrument cluster display, with elements prioritized to enhance the overall driving experience. The drive modes also raise and lower the GT, depending on how the very aerodynamically sophisticated supercar needs to slice through the air. And both track mode and VMAX mode require that the vehicle be in park and that the driver okays the shift. Back in 2014, Volkswagen showcased their Golf-size compact crossover at the 2014 Geneva Motor Show. For some time, It was speculated that the T-Roc will arrive in 2018, however, the latest development around the SUV suggests towards a possible launch date this summer. As reported by Auto Express, Volkswagen T-Roc SUV is targeted at buyers who don't want the increased footprint of an SUV but value the added practicality and a raised ride height. The car will probably share most of its DNA with the Audi Q2. It is around 4.2 meters long and 1.8 meters wide. The engine and the gearbox are also expected to be taken from VW's Golf range. Both, the entry-level 1.0-liter three-cylinder turbo with 115 brake horsepower and the 1.5-liter TSI Evo turbo petrol engine with 148 brake horsepower will be available. On the other hand, there should be 1.6 and 2.0-liter TDI diesel engines in the T-Roc, with power ranging from 115 brake horsepower to 148 brake horsepower. 6-speed manual and 7-speed DSG gearboxes will also be offered across most engine options. The entry-level models will be front-wheel drive only, but it is likely that Volkswagen will make its 4Motion four-wheel drive system available on higher-spec diesel versions. According to India Car News, on the inside, the T-Roc comes with a touchscreen that is positioned in the center of the console and it is designed as a tablet. There is an HD camera in the area of the rear-view mirror. The controls, indicators and climate control functions are added in digital form. On top of that, the vehicle comes with leather-wrapped steering wheel. The most notable interior element is the dash pad, which is painted in blue splash metallic. Volkswagen T-Roc SUV is expected to launch in the second half of 2017, however, the price is still unknown. Toyota has made a short video demonstrating that, yes, 15 miniature toy cars can tow a real-life pickup truck. Taking inspiration from a similar stunt performed in the 1980s, Toyota strapped up its Hilux pickup to a group of Tamiya Bruiser remote-controlled trucks. With a gross vehicle weight of more than 7,000 pounds, the Hilux has become heavier over the years, making the towing challenge even more difficult for the little cars this time around. Fortunately, each Bruiser can create 4.4 pounds of pulling force, which proved enough to get the Toyota truck moving. The Tamiya Bruiser is a 1/10 scale model based on an earlier design of the Hilux and weighs just 7 pounds, but its 4x4 capability-proved size is no obstacle for tough tasks. For added traction, testers placed a small weight behind the cab section of each Bruiser. A special towing bar with 15 separate eyelets was bolted to the Hilux's standard front tow points, allowing the truck to connect with the model vehicles. Once hooked up, the Hilux engine was shut off and the transmission was placed in neutral. Toyota says it didn't resort to any special tricks and that the tow shows off the true capabilities of the Hilux and Bruiser. The only difference is the Bruisers, of course, were operated by radio control model experts that synchronized the movement of the cars and ensured optimal power delivery for the tow. Watch the video below to see the tiny Tamiya's tow a Hilux pickup. And check out the Toyota UK YouTube channel where you'll see the Hilux and its miniature companions tackling other tasks such as mud and water.
Let's cut right to the hyperbole. The 2017 Chevrolet Camaro SS1LE is a rolling manifestation of Bruce Springsteen's most celebratory lyrical fairy tale. The all-American boy with a nose for trouble finds his way by means of a pushrod V8-powered muscle car with a wary but naturally beautiful girl in the passenger seat. Born from the same humble two-door coupe blueprint that launched the Camaro 50 years ago, it's the everyman's Super Camaro, a 455 horsepower, apex-craving monster that brings in with a $44,400 base price, $6,500 for the SS1LE Performance Package on top of $37,900 for the 1SS Coupe. That's $17,735 less dear than the expected $62,000.